from Eastwood High School here in Pemberville, Ohio. We've got NBC action going on as the Rossford Bulldogs set to take on the Eastwood Eagles. We wind the season down here on the Toledo Sports Network. Mick Gonzalez here along with Mike Ballman. Balmer, looking forward to what should be an interesting game here. Both these teams with a lot to prove.
Absolutely, and the last time they played each other was real early in the year. It was Rossford and Eastwood's first conference game, and the Bulldogs took care of business on their home floor by 11 points, 53-42. So this late in the season, it's going to be interesting to see how both of these teams respond.
Now the feed underneath, picked off immediately by Sinclair. Here come the Bulldogs. Trying to go baseline. That one went off the hand of Schmeltz, though. So it will stay with Rossford. So we are in the opening half minute here of this ball game.
And you look at the Eagles, they started out 1-3 on the year, and they're 15-5 overall right now, including an upset win here a few weeks back over Lake, who they almost beat the first time around. They lost in the last second 3. So this is a tough place to play for teams in the NBC. And Rossford with Derek Mack, he's got a bruised knee and an issue with his LCL. That happened against the Lake game a couple weeks ago. So we'll see him about 2 to 3 minutes a quarter tonight. I got a chance to talk to Coach Morse before the game. So they'll have him for the playoffs. But the Rossford Bulldogs responded really well against Genoa without Derek Mack in the lineup. So it'll be interesting if they get that same type of performance tonight.
There's a 3 attempt by Schmeltz, no good after the basket from Brian Burks. 2-0 Rossford, they have the ball. Here it's kicked in the corner, and they try to bounce the pass. Davis tried to bounce the pass over to Childress, but it hit the baseline. So the ball goes back over here to Eastwood.
And the Eagles coming off a tough win over Toledo Christian game. It was a 56-49 final, but they were 18-25 from the free throw line in that game a couple nights ago.
Here's the feed underneath the basket, and trying to go up with it was Grant Peters. However, the Bulldogs get the rebound, and here they come the other way. Neese sends it back out top. Mac Miller taking his time. Kind of weird to see him out there without Derek Mack, but now the feed to Burks. Tries the alley-oop inside. Is able to get it to Childress, over to Miller. That one almost went through his hands. Miller being double-teamed, dishes it off to Childress, who banks it, no good. And they'll put the thumbs up as Childress had it, but he was fighting Stephen Bradley for the ball, and the possession arrow gives it to Eastwood.
Well, and that's going to be a fun matchup to watch inside because Childress and Brian Burks of late have really been playing very well. Childress had 17 points and 14 rebounds against the Comets. Burks chipped in, had 10 rebounds. He also had double figures in rebounding and double figures in points against the Flyers before that. So he's come on real strong these last 2 games too inside.
And that ball goes out of bounds on the Bulldogs, so it goes over to Eastwood. Here as we've played a couple of minutes into this ball game, still only 2-0 Rossford. Of course, this first quarter brought to you by Moe's Tavern. Now over on the left side. Back out top, here's Bradley. Dishes it off, and the layup and in by the junior, Tim Hoodelbrink. And we're all square at 2.
It was a nice feed from Bradley that time.
There's Childress with it. Dishes it to Burks. Burks drives the lane, lays it up and in. Nice fingertip roll by Brian Burks.
It was that old school game from the big fella Burks. Love to watch that young man play. It's been a lot of fun to see his development this year.
It's kicked outside. Now here's Peters. He tries to go up. It wasn't pretty, but they don't count it either. So it's going to go over to Rossford. 5:06 to go.
And Grant Peters is a pretty good two-way player in the NBC. This is our first chance to see him this year in person covering this game tonight. But 12.1 points per game, 6.4 rebounds per game heading into Valentine's Day. He's a tough kid, tough matchup out there.
And we've got a travel call against him. Tack on, so ball back over to the Eagles.
Well, and so far, if there has been one hiccup for the Bulldogs, it's been the turnovers. Even though they won against Genoa, they had 21 in that game. The first time they played these guys, they had 20-plus as well. Granted, that was early in the year, but Eastwood's got some good shooters and good post presence and plays good, tough defense. So Rossford, if you're a Rossford fan, you got to hope they don't pile those up tonight.
Peters with the ball, being guarded by Burks. Dishes it off. Flipsy dished it off over on the left side for Schmeltz for three. Count it!
Eastwood 3 by Jake Schmeltz.
Here come the Bulldogs hustling back. Miller sends it back out. Burks dishes it in the corner to Sinclair. Back to Burks, who leaves it now for Nice. Oh, that was close as Bradley was going to try for it, but he gets some help by Burks, who walks with it. And the ball goes back over to the Eastwood Eagles. 4:09 left to go here in this opening quarter.
Yeah, a lot of length out there when you look at Eastwood with Peters and Bradley, and then you've got Jake Schmeltz, who's a sharpshooter, one of the top scorers in the league. These guys are pretty well balanced.
And the quick move underneath to Schmeltz, and the senior makes no mistake. And it's a 7-4 ball game. Nice drives hard, too strong off the glass. And now here is Flipsy. He'll send it over on the left side. Schmeltz drives under the basket, and it's good. As Grant Peters finishes that play, and a timeout being called by Rossford here with 3:38 to go. It's 9-4 Eastwood.
On the job for you for over 100 years. You need a career. You need a future. Local 8 can help you make it happen. Join the men and women who build our community. Become a part of a proud tradition. Build your career. Build your future with the brothers and sisters of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 8. We're on the job for you.
We're on the job for you. We're the local IBEW.
Well, absolutely. Right now the Bulldogs are having trouble taking care of the basketball, Mick, and Eastwood's made them pay on the other end. And, I was talking about their length a little bit. When you look at Peters at 6'5", and Stephen Bradley at 6'5". They've got long arms, and then you've got Jake Schmeltz on the outside who can dribble and create his own shot, but is also a good spot-up shooter, as we just saw a few moments ago.
Sinclair from 13, no good. Rebound. And up and in, courtesy of Brian Burks. And Rossford stops the bleeding.
And that's going to be a biggie tonight, is those second chance opportunities. That's one thing that Rossford, with their big fellas down low, does very well.
There's the dish now to Flipsy. Michael Flipsy sends it over to Schmeltz. Jake dumps it in the corner, gets it back. Returns the favor to Hootelbrink, out to Flipsy. 2:48 to go here in this opening quarter. Flipsy for three. Grant backboard, bank shot did not go. That is old school. Here's the dish now, and blocked by Hootelbrink. He rejects Sinclair. Now Schmeltz for three. Good! Oh, it's no good. It's a traveling call here against Eastwood. So that basket does not count.
Yeah, and I think that one may have been on Flipsy. The home Eastwood fans don't like that call.
It was so loud you could barely hear the whistle.
It's intense out here in Pemberville, man.
Hey, they take their sports serious out here, son. 2:24 to go here in this opening quarter. Right now it's an Eastwood 3-point lead. There's a battle and a nice dish back over to Peters, who lays it up and in.
And that one was all started with Flipsy, the hustle again. Guarding Ryan Neese right now. The kid's been tough tonight.
Right now Rossford keeping it around the arch. Here's a three attempt off the flat of the iron. Rebound, grab, played back out. Good heads up there. Now another long two, in and out, no good. Rebound grab there by Schmeltz. It's Derek Mack coming off the bench. Had a couple of pops at it, but could not get it to sink. Now driving hard, Peters goes up strong. And it's an offensive foul.
Yeah, late whistle that time. It almost looked like for a second that nobody was going to blow it, and I think that the whistle may have come from the official near the three-point line.
It did.
We want to make sure we give a shout-out to IBEW Local 8. They've been with us since football season, and this broadcast and all of our broadcasts this year really would not have been possible without these guys.
Okay, no question about it. Here's Derek Mack, thought about it, inside the arch, and his hand is hit, and a foul called on Eastwood.
Sitting on the bench watching the game the whole time, and it looked like he may have been done for the whole year, but just a bad knee bruise and an LCL issue. Didn't tear anything, so he'll be good to go for the playoffs, and so far it's nice to see him moving around okay out there without too much of a limp, because he was coming up limping hard at the end of that late game.
Derek Mack sinks 2 from the charity stripe. And it's a 3-point game again. Ooh, dancing with that one up there was Zach Jacoby. Now off the glass, no good. Rebound, here's Peters up off the iron, no good. And the rebound grab by Burks. He'll bring it back up here for Rossford. Under a minute to go in the period. And he goes for the bank shot, but we've got a foul here on Eastwood.
Eastwood foul on number 32, Zach Jacoby.
It is Zach Jacoby.
His first, team's third.
Bulldogs will inbound. Out to Mac Miller. Clock winds down. Here's the feed to Derek Mack. Now inside, Davis kicks it back out. Here's the long 3, good. Go to Sinclair.
Rossford 3 by number
There's
12,
the diaper
Toledo
dandy,
Sports
baby. Coda Sinclair. Love watching that dude play. That's a guy to keep an eye on, too, in the NBC the next couple of years, football and basketball.
No, under half a minute to go here. 23 seconds to go and counting.
Yeah, and Eastwood will hold for the last shot here. Rossford weathered that storm there. Eastwood went on a nice little run and took control of this basketball game, but Rossford's gotten to the free throw line, made some nice buckets the last couple trips down the floor.
Jumper by Schmeltz is good. Time for one more trip down the court. 3 seconds. Mac Miller is going to put it up, and it's good.
Look at that guy.
So at the buzzer, Mac Miller ties the game at 13. We've got one in the books from here in Pemberville. We've got what looks to be a beautiful game. We'll be back with more right here on the Toledo Sports Network.
Moe's Place, downtown Rossford, has the best burgers in town and much, much more. Stop by for their famous Flaming Moe burger. Moe's Place, proud to bring you Rossford High School sports.
Everyone knows Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone. Or did he? Turns out a man named Antonio Mucci actually made the first telephone. Mucci never paid the $10 fee to claim his patent on the phone. And 11 years later, Alexander Graham Bell filed his patent for the phone. Mucci died penniless and forgotten. Do you have a great idea? Call Fraser, Clemens, Martin, and Miller to protect your idea with a trademark, patent, or copyright. Don't let someone else benefit from your idea. Protect it today.
9 points off turnovers for the Eastwood Eagles. So a third of their, or 2/3 of their points in that first quarter coming off of Rossford mistakes. 5 turnovers for the Bulldogs, 4 for Eastwood, but that was a big one. And you saw Rossford switch it up, gather themselves after that timeout when Eastwood went on that little run and got back into this game. So that's what I'm going to be looking for as both defenses moving forward here, especially those second chance opportunities on the glass.
Long jumper by Derek Mack giving Rossford the lead, 15-13 as we start quarter number 2. Here's the baseline drive, up and no good from Jacoby, and now here come the Bulldogs. Mac Miller thought about the jumper, plays it back, but right into the hands of Michael Flipsy. Flipsy now looking for a lane, stops, gives it back now to Schmeltz. Schmeltz will drive, cuts inside, kicks it back into the corner for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound though, grabbed by the Eagles. Schmeltz goes inside, tries to play it underneath. They battle for it, and the Bulldogs come up with it. Mac Miller coming down the right side. Dishes it across, out of the reach. I think that was actually Neese that did that as he was trying to hit Miller with the pass. And It goes back over to the Eagles.
And that's 2 quick ones now for the Bulldogs where they've had a chance going the other way. But give credit to Eastwood. I mean, they're doing a good job of getting back and not getting beat down the floor. And time and again in that Genoa game, Rossford is able to do that at the end of the game and prevent the Comets from getting back in there. But once again, the length of this Eagles team is really giving Rossford some trouble so far here tonight. And it's a good balance between both teams, especially down low with the big men. It's a lot of fun to watch.
So that one went off at Childress, so it stays with Eastwood. 6 1/4 to go here in the half. Jacoby tried to take it and pump it, but he was fouled, so he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Zach Jacoby, a 6'4" junior. And misses the first.
Well, and the big difference the first time these guys played each other, and granted, they're both 2 very different teams from way back in December, Mick, but 8 players scored for the Bulldogs. 4 of them had 12 points apiece. They actually had more turnovers than the Eagles, but Jake Schmeltz was only 2 of 21 from the field and 0 of 5 for 3. And so far in this game, in that first quarter alone, he had 7 of his team's 13 points. So you know he was circling this one on the schedule again.
Turnaround jumper there from Derek Mack. Puts it back out to a 3-point lead, this time for Rossford. 6 minutes now underneath that remaining. Here's a shot that goes in and out. And once again, possession arrow gives the Eagles the ball. I got to make sure while we're at it here, big tip of the hat to our friends over at Fraser, Clemens, Martin, and Miller. And I tell you, Doug Miller is like becoming like one of my favorite people on this planet. And not for anything like getting in trouble or anything, but as far as being a big supporter of the Toledo Sports Network. I appreciate all that they do and that he does especially.
Yeah, and check those guys out too. If you got a good idea, need some patent lawyers, they're the people to go to.
Inbounds pass, grabbed there by Peters, and he tries to go up. The thumbs go up, and this time the ball will give it to the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and the Eastwood fans not liking that call, but you know what, too? A big block early in that possession by Derek Mack, if I'm not mistaken. And that time, Eric Davis just going straight up with the big fella from Eastwood. Pretty good defensive play that time. I mean, it always looks worse from a fan standpoint when you see guys going down on the floor. You want a foul, you want that whistle to blow, but I think that was a good call that time by the officials.
Good effort there by Eric Davis trying to save that errant pass, but could not. So it will be inbound by Nick Kaufman of the Eagles. The basketball team, not the music group. 5:20 to go here in this opening half. Here's Schmeltz taking a wacky shot there that was well short of the hoop. Derek Mack stops from 15, pops and drops.
From the kitchens of Italy to you, Arturo's Pizza Kitchen is the home of authentic Italian food. As one of the oldest independently owned pizzerias in Toledo, Arturo's Pizza Kitchen has been serving since 1988. With pizza, salads, award-winning subs, chicken chunks and wings, Mom's own lasagna recipe, and our famous cheese sticks, we have it all. Never frozen, always homemade. Arturo's Pizza Kitchen. Hungry? Call Arturo's, 419-698-1641.
The Union Plumbers, Steam Fitters, and HVACR service mechanics of UA Local 50 build the powerhouses that generate your electricity. Install and service your heating and air conditioning systems, and install the plumbing systems that protect the health of this nation. Everywhere there's a building being built, retrofitted, or maintained, members of UA Local 50 are on the job with skills and the latest sustainable building practices to do the job right. UA Local 50 Plumbers, Steam Fitters, and service mechanics, building America's future.
Nick Kaufman will inbound. Bringing it up, Michael Flipsy. Flipsy dishes it to Schmeltz as they send it around into the corner. Now back underneath, Peters with the attempt, but it was knocked out of bounds, I believe, by Childress, so it'll stay with Eastwood.
For Eastwood is number 50, Tim Udelbrink, along with number 10, Noah Smith.
Got some changes going on here, and now the ball will be inbounded. Here's the long three from Schmeltz off the mark.
Yeah, and I think it's too early right now if you're an Eagles fan for Eastwood to be taking them from that deep. I know Schmeltz is one of the top scorers in the league, but that's about a 25-footer right there.
And a travel right there. As Eastwood will get the ball back. 4:34 to go. Ball will be brought up here by Noah Smith. Smith cuts to his left, dishes it off. Here's Grant Peters. Sends it over to the right corner. Back out top, Schmeltz back underneath. And going up strong, too strong, was Stephen Bradley. And we have a whistle and a foul.
When you look at the way this team's gotten in sync and their chemistry has developed, just looking at their schedule, they lost to Rossford, Northview, and Lake all on the road. 3 of their 5 losses, Mick, were all in December from the 6th to the 12th. Then they lost to Springfield again in December, late in that month.
Oh, nice rebound there by Childress.
And then to Otsego just in February. So they had the whole month of January, Eastwood did not lose and really put themselves back in the running in the mix for the NBC title. So these guys have really been on a tear at 15-5 from the start of the season.
And Ryan Neese with the short jumper. And a timeout going to be taken again here by Eastwood and Coach Matt Routson.
Conveniently located in downtown Rossford, Ohio, the law firm of Heben, Summer, and Murphy is there to serve your estate, business, and litigation needs. Heben, Summer, and Murphy is a proud sponsor of Rossford Athletics. Contact the law firm of Heben, Summer, and Murphy at 419-662-3100 or on the net at www.hsm-law.net. Go Bulldogs.
Hudelbrink to inbound here for Eastwood. Noah Smith dishes it to Schmeltz. Jake getting guarded by Eric Davis. Here's Noah Smith. Tries to send it down low and does. Oh, the turnaround no good from Bradley. And the Bulldogs will bring it back up. Here's Ryan Neese. Kicks it back out. Childress dishes it off. Mac Miller. Let's go with one from long distance, and it's good for 3.
Yeah, he doesn't need a lot of space to work with, and it's fun to watch him too because he'll take a couple of quick dribbles and just pull up and shoot like that. And if you give him about a foot worth of space like they did that time, he can knock it down.
Well, it's a 10-point ball game. Schmeltz for 3. Answers. Jake Schmeltz with the 3-point bomb. 24-17.
Yeah, saying, I see your 3, and I will raise you 3.
3 Cola. Oh, falling down there was Smith, and that allowed the long 2 from Ryan Neese. Hudelbrink to Schmeltz. Guarded there by Davis. Here's Smith for 3, no good. Rebound though, Hudelbrink fights for it. And I think we're gonna have a foul call here.
You know, and Neese is one of those guys for Rossford too that isn't their primary scoring option with Mac Miller and Derek Mack in the backcourt, but he really has done a nice job in the wake of Derek Mack being hurt, stepping up and taking more shots with confidence. He had a couple of big threes down the stretch against Lake a few weeks ago, and then 16 points the other night against Genoa. He's done a good job of being a good floor general out there and picking and choosing his spots.
Noah Smith with the ball, back over to Schmeltz. 2:10 remaining here in the half. Schmeltz for 3, and a rainbow, no good. But I believe he will go to the line.
Yeah, it looked like he hurt his elbow that time when he landed. But he's coming out gunning tonight. 10 of their 17 right now. And like I said, that first game, he was 0 for 5 from 3 and 2 for 21 from the field, only had 7 points.
Once again, some tips of the hat here for bringing you the Toledo Sports Network Game of the Week. Heben, Summer, and Murphy.
Entering the game for the Eagles is number 12, Michael Flipsy.
Murphy. Got Murphy. I've been corrected. It is Murphy.
There you go.
I'm sure you're not the first one to get that wrong.
Considering
Kill me.
considering how it's spelt,
That's all it is.
and it's pronounced Murphy.
Look at it.
Where's the second R?
Murphy.
There's no second R.
I love it when you guys quabble. I love
Yeah,
it.
but usually we don't do it on television. But basket scored there from Brian Burks makes it a 28-19 ball game. Well, here's the dish underneath. Turnaround by Jacoby, no good. Rebound tipped and grabbed by Burks. He'll dish it off. Derek Mack slows it down, gives it back to Burks. Now they send it into the corner. Nice. Going to go inside from 16, no good. Jacoby the rebound. Schmeltz looking to bring it up with 70 seconds to go in the quarter. Schmeltz for three, off the rim, no good. Burks not happy because he grabbed the rebound, but he did travel.
Well, and again, I mean, I know Schmeltz is 12 of his team's 19 right now, and he's leading scorer in this game, but another really, really deep three, kind of a heat check shot. And once again, I still think it's a little too early. Little too early to be jacking him up from that deep. I like his game, and it's been fun to watch him tonight, but I think you got to work the ball in a little bit better. They've gotten some nice backdoor cuts tonight, Mick, and some nice shots down inside and gotten to the free throw line. And against Rossford, you know, the longer the shot, the longer the rebound's going to come off, and Rossford's a good transition team. Unless it's a clean look or you're really feeling it, I don't think jacking up those 30-foot shots this early in the game are the best shots on a possession right now for the Eagles. They got too much length and too many guys who are tough inside to be shooting from that deep.
Now bringing it up here is Michael Flipsy. Gives it over back to, and gets it back from Schmeltz. Now over in the corners, time winding down here in the half. Jacoby driving baseline, puts it up too strong. Rebound back up by Hudelbrink, does not go. And it will end the first half. A little bit of frustration there at the end there for Eastwood, but got to give them credit, man. They were game for the effort. 28-19 after 2 quarters of play here in Pemberville, here on the Toledo Sports Network.
Whether you support the Comets, the Panthers, or the Bulldogs, the Eagles, Wildcats, or Flyers, we at Genoa Bank support you. We're a local bank that takes pride in serving our community with personal and prompt service, innovative products, and stable financial guidance. We're a bank that believes in playing our part. And well, that's earned us quite a few fans of our own. Genoa Bank, playing our part in the community, taking your banking needs personally.
And we'll welcome you back as quarter number 3 getting set to start. Eastwood will inbound. They trail right now 28-19. Bomber, I know you've got some stats you're just itching to rattle off as the long pass picked off here by Ryan Neese. And more importantly, that just kind of that gives Rossford a chance to set the pace.
Well, and that's what they did really from the second half of the first quarter on. You know, really dictated the pace of this ball game as Mac Miller starts to heat up a little bit. But 57% from the field in the first half for the Bulldogs, only 24% for the Eagles. So that's the biggest glaring statistic. But also the Bulldogs 11-1 points off the bench. Eastwood's got a 10-2 advantage in points off of turnovers, but total rebounds, Rossford with 6 over the Eagles with 18-12 in that category. And 10 turnovers from the Bulldogs, once again resulting in 10 points from the Eagles, but Eagles just not making some of those shots in the second quarter. You know, and I think some of the non-calls got to the Eagles a little bit, so this gives them a chance to sort of recharge after halftime and get into a rhythm.
Schmeltz with an air ball that goes out, and it will go back over to Rossford.
Well, the first half he had 12 points, but I think he's taken a couple of those really long, deep threes that haven't fallen. And I think they just got to do a better job of working the ball around because they did that early on in the first quarter and had success.
Burks trying to drive baseline, kicks it back out. Here's Neese, and he'll sink one. Deuce.
For the Rossford 2.
They'll make it 33-21. 6 points for Ryan Neese tonight.
Well, and Brian Burks has just been a man down low. I mean, I mentioned him earlier at the start of this game, what he's done the last couple of games against Lake with a double-double. He had 10 rebounds against Genoa. He had 8 points and 9 rebounds in that first half. I mean, he's just really been doing work on the inside for the Bulldogs down the stretch. I mean, I'm sure Vorse couldn't be happier with his performance, especially heading in here in the playoffs.
Hudelbrink with the rebound off the miss from Schmeltz. Here's the running jumper, no good. Hudelbrink doing yeoman's work, getting the rebound. That one off the front of the rim. Neese had it. Oh, and then Hudelbrink grabbed it, which was fine, but he was laying on the sideline there. So,
but I respect the hustle.
Absolutely.
And that's what they need right now. This is only a 12-point basketball game. Eastwood's just got to keep working the ball around. They got to keep moving away from the basketball too, Mick. That's a big thing, especially against this Rossford defense, because Rossford is so big inside. You have to be constantly moving without the basketball so you can try to beat them on the back end.
And we have a whistle and a foul.
Number 14, Stephen Bradley.
Bradley will pick up his first foul of the night. First foul in this second half for Eastwood. Davis sends it over to Mac Miller. Over in the corner, here's a long one, no good. Rebound, grabbed by Neese, too far underneath the basket to get it to go. Back out to Mac Miller with the jumper, no good. Rebound, grabbed by the Eagles. Here's Schmeltz. Looking to get it down low, but too hot there for Hudelbrink to handle. And with 5:22 to go.
You know, the way Schmeltz is playing right now, it kind of reminds me of some good advice that I got from one of my coaches, one of my favorite coaches of all time, Coach Huss, back in 8th grade. And right there, Schmeltz made a great play, just a little bit too high of a pass. And you could tell right now he's chomping at the bit to get his team back into this because they did have that early lead. But one thing my coach always told me was, Mike, he's like, you're a good player, but you got to let the game come to you. And right now, I think Schmeltz he's taking a couple of deep threes. He's taking a couple shots early in the possession. And right now, it's just like, young fellow, you're doing a good job. You got 12 points. You guys are only down by 12. You got to let the game come to you. That's what they did early on in this one, and it really dictated the pace.
Derek Mack sinking the first, but missing the second of the free throws, brought to you by IBEW Local 8. We got under 5 to go here in this third quarter. Grant Peters sends it down low, but it's, well, let's see. Mack had it. And I think, what are they going to call here? I think they're going to call a foul here on Hudelbrink.
Number 50, Hudelbrink, his second.
I don't know about that one, but.
Yeah, I don't either. I think in that situation, both guys are going for the ball. I mean, that almost looked like even a jump ball situation to me before I would have called a foul in that situation.
Number 34, Nick Kaufman.
How about the refs with these patented leather Reeboks? I don't know, can Mikey hear us up top? Does he have headphones? Mikey, if you get a chance up top, buddy, at one of the free throws, get a shot of the refs with these patent leather Reeboks. They got to wear all black shoes, but they're all rocking the patent leather ones this year. It's like they had a thing early in the year where they all said, we're just going to be flashy out there if we got to wear all black shoes.
And the alley-oop to Burks, tried to go up a couple of times, but could not get it to go, but he will, I believe, go to the free throw line.
Mikey, if you can hear me up top, look at the sneaks on my man right here. Oh, Mike Jameson, our producer, is telling me he can't hear. Okay. I'm a sneaker guy, Mike, and Mick. I check it out. And these refs rocking the patent leather sneaks. I like it, a little style.
Brian Burks sinking that one as Moe's Tavern, one of our proud sponsors here on the Toledo Sports Network. Obviously a place that my partner here to my left frequents before the game, as there's a shot that's blocked. Coming back down now, Ryan Neese. Here's the three, no good. Rebound grab there by Bradley. Noah Smith dishes it to Schmeltz, down low. Jacoby with the jumper. Off the iron, no good. Rebound grabbed by Derek Mack, he'll bring it up. 3:50 to go. And we get the call here of traveling against Derek Mack.
Yeah, that time Mack tried to generate the contact, but took a couple of steps in the process. Good defense that time by the Eagles.
Noah Smith to Jacoby. Back over to Smith. Look like, I don't think, we got to travel here again against Mack, and Brian Vorst is none too happy about that call. But the ball goes back over to Eastwood. They catch a break there because that Stephen Bradley was not ready for that pass from Smith.
Well, and that's something that's been an issue for these guys, that they had some chances down low and just haven't cashed in from about 5 feet in, and that starts to wane on you mentally a little bit as the game goes on. There's another one.
Yep, as Bradley misses it. Burks dishes it over now to Neese, who slows things down.
I mean, the opportunities have certainly been there. I mean, regardless of how you feel about the calls tonight, and there have been some made ones and some missed ones, and that's going to happen in any basketball game, but when you get those short little bunnies, you got to cash in.
3 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Mack with the jumper, no good. And here come the Eagles. Schmeltz. He's met there by some maroon, and now driving and up and good off the glass is Nick Kaufman.
Good drive that time from the young fella. I like the aggressiveness, and that's what they got to keep doing. Try to get into the paint and create second chance opportunities. If you got a good outside shot, take it, but otherwise drive to the bucket, see if you can't draw the double team and dish it off to somebody.
Mac Miller dishes it off. Neese back in the corner. Here's a three, no good. Rebound from Jacoby. And now Noah Smith kicks it back to Schmeltz. Schmeltz tries to feed it inside, but looks like Ryan Neese picks up his second foul of the night. And with 2:07 on the clock, the Eagles will inbound. Schmeltz for three, in and out, no good. It's kind of how it's gone for him tonight.
And that was a good look that time. That was a nice pass. He had enough room to shoot, got a great look at it, just went in and out.
Coda Sinclair with the baseline drive for two. 1:45 left in this third quarter. Schmeltz kicks it back outside. Now looking to drive is Kaufman. Nothing doing there as the Bulldogs bring it back. Here is Mac Miller underneath. Up high off the glass, no good. It's Noah Smith down. He's slow to get up and get back in the play. Schmeltz throws up a teardrop. That'll give him 14 for the night.
In 2 of their last 3 shots, they've gone into the paint and they've scored 4 out of 6 possible points.
And we've got a time. Let's see here. I think Noah Smith's going to come to the bench because he's got a couple of drips on him that he's not supposed to have.
Yeah, I think he got hit on the chin there when he either on the way up or on the way down when he was laying on the floor that time. So they just got an official timeout. Get a chance here to clean him up a little bit. Looks like he may have bit his lip or got a cut on the bottom of his chin.
Now in the corner, here's a three. Good.
Rossford 3 by number 3.
Wow, Mac Miller lighting it up. Under a minute to go here in the quarter.
And the Mac attack with 20 now. Their team's 41.
Jacoby looking to go inside. Cuts in now from 14, no good. Derek Mack with the ball.
It's just been a tough night for them shooting from the field. I mean, Rossford's been contesting. Haven't had too many defensive breakdowns tonight. And the opportunities, as we've said, have certainly been there for Eastwood. They've had a lot of inside shots that they've missed. Rossford turned the ball over in double digits in that first half with 10 turnovers. But it's just been kind of cold right now from the field for the Eagles. But that's why you got to keep going into the paint. Those last couple of possessions, they went into paint 2 out of 3 times and cashed in. They got to continue to do that.
Well, under 10 to go here in the quarter. They send it around the arch. 4 seconds. They got to get the shot up. Here you go for three, no good. And the third quarter has come to an end. A quarter that has saw Rossford extend their lead, 41-25.
Everyone knows Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone. Or did he? Turns out a man named Antonio Mucci actually made the first telephone. Mucci never paid the $10 fee to claim his patent on the phone. And 11 years later, Alexander Graham Bell filed his patent for the phone. Mucci died penniless and forgotten. Do you have a great idea? Call Fraser, Clemens, Martin, and Miller to protect your idea with a trademark, patent, or copyright. Don't let someone else benefit from your idea. Protect it today.
It'll be Rossford ball to start the fourth quarter.
Quarter number 4 set to begin here with the Rossford Bulldogs leading Eastwood, 41-25. Talk to me, Bomber. What do you got?
Well, once again, shout out to Ken for hooking us up with the stats, but still, the story continues. Just some cold shooting from the Eagles, 23.8% on the game. And conversely for Rossford, 44.7%. So, I mean, really, that's been the tale of the tape so far. You know, the Bulldogs heading into this quarter have outscored these guys 28-12 since the first quarter. It was 13-all in that first quarter. So Eastwood's just got to keep doing what they've done towards the end of the third quarter, now into the fourth quarter. Now they've gotten 6 points in the paint in a span of about 2.5 minutes, and I think they just need to continue to try to get looks inside and work inside out to their shooters.
Jacoby sends it around the arch. Flipsy with it. They've started out this quarter on the right path. Here's a missed basket opportunity and the rebound grab by Sinclair. As Mac Miller will bring it up. Underneath, they try to get it over to Childress, but it's picked off there by Grant Peters, and now here is Michael Flipsy. Flipsy dishes it back. Gets it back there from Kaufman and does the how do you do, doesn't fall. And here comes Mac Miller. He'll send it down low to Childress. Oh, nice rejection there from Hoodelbrink, but I believe there was a foul involved, so.
Yeah, I think they're going to call the contact on Nick Kaufman.
Nope.
Or they did call it on Hoodelbrink. I don't know about that. If anything, I thought it was a body on Kaufman or whoever was trailing the guy on the way to the hoop and not on Hoodelbrink on the block. But Childress will get a chance to cash in from the Moe's Tavern free throw line. Check them out in Rossford. If you're out in the neck of the woods, get some good food, watch some basketball. We're getting into tourney time. I know you're excited, Mr. Kentucky Wildcats fan to my right here. It should be interesting to see how the Young Bucks do.
Well, they better mature up here in a hurry.
Well, they got to have a good tourney appearance in the SEC. And I think if they win 1 or 2 games in that, they'll be a lock, I think, for sure. They should get an automatic bid as it is right now.
Yeah, I agree with that part of it, but the rest remains to be seen. Here now are the Eagles. And I think we're going to have a foul here on Rossford.
Number 12, Cody Sinclair, his first.
Sinclair picks up his first foul of the night.
For the Bulldogs is number 4, Ryan Deese.
Well, kind of like the JV game we saw here before the start of this one, folks. It was all Rossford, and then Eastwood kind of clamped down at the end and made it a basketball game. And the varsity team has his chance to do the same thing here. They just got to continue to take it possession by possession and get the best shot possible.
And a big three there from Noah Smith.
Number 10, Noah Smith.
That's just what the doctor ordered for Eastwood as Brian Vorst and the Rossford Bulldogs take a timeout. 6:13 to go. And we've got an 11-point ball game.
Folks, make sure if you check us out on social media, you go to facebook.com/Toledo Sports Network. Like our page there. Stay up to date on all of our games. You can watch past games on ToledoSportsNetwork.com. Check us out on YouTube. And you can also check us out on Twitter @ToledoSportsNW.
Here come the Eagles once again underneath now. Big block there by Eric Davis. And they're saying it went off of Hoodelbrink. And boy, oh boy.
And I think they're going to discuss this one right now. And they're
And
going to
they
give it to
reversed
Eastwood.
they reversed the call. I think that may have saved an all full-blown riot.
Yeah, that one was a good block, but at the same time, that ball was right on the baseline. and it looked like it did go off of Eric Davis's hand as he fouled through on his block. So I think that was the right call.
Back in the game, Noah Smith, his shot blocked. Jacoby tried to go up, but he is fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. So all of a sudden,
Rossford foul on number 4, Ryan Meese, his third, team's third at the line. Shooting 2 is
Ryan Meese with his third foul of the night. Zach Jacoby a little bit short.
Not many opportunities from the free throw line so far tonight for the Eagles. They're 3 for 5, 60% heading into the fourth quarter. And they were 18 of 25 against Toledo Christian, so that kind of tells you the way this game's gone, too. They haven't had those opportunities at the charity stripe tonight.
Oh, he goes 1 for 2. And it's a 10-point ball game. Back outside, Burks.
Well, right here, if you're the Bulldogs and you're a Rossford fan, you got to slow the game down, try to work for the best shot, and just eat up some clock. I mean, you don't want to get away from what got you here, but you don't want to rush up any shots from the outside either.
Good hustling effort there by the Eagles, but it does stay with Rossford. 5:27 to go here in this fourth quarter. Long inbounds pass, grabbed by Eric Davis. He'll send it over on the left side. And the 3 attempt is no good. Rebound, grabbed by Childress, spun around, but he was short with the hook. And here come the Eastwood Eagles. Noah Smith sees a couple of Bulldogs. Dishes it off now to Schmeltz. Smith will try it again. Hudelbrink to Schmeltz. Schmeltz drives inside. And I don't think that basket's going to count.
Rossford foul on number 20, Eric Davis.
Eric Davis, though, with the foul.
Entering the game for the Bulldogs is number 3, Matt.
So they'll inbound. Eastwood can erase this. They've still got plenty of time. Almost 5 minutes left. Noah Smith back out. Schmeltz for 3. Good.
Eastwood 3 by Jake Schmeltz.
All of a sudden, it's a 7-point ball game, Bomber.
Well, and they've done a good job of tempo. You know, this is something that we haven't seen from the Eagles since the first quarter. They started towards the end of the third quarter, getting the ball in the paint.
There's
and
a
it's worked out well
turnover.
for them.
And Schmeltz will lay it up and in. And 5 points now the difference. Timeout Rossford. 4:23 to go. Looking at that Rossford lead, got it down to 5. 4 and change remaining.
Well, so far the Bulldogs haven't scored in this quarter. 11-0 run.
Now driving baseline strong was Burks, but doesn't make the basket, but he does initiate the contact, and
Number 2, Grant Peters.
Grant Peters will pick up the foul for Eastwood.
6
That's his 4th foul.
at the line, shooting 2.
You know, and that's another one I'm not too sure about, Nicholas. From our angle here, it looked like Peters did a good job of getting his feet set and drawing the contact.
Burks sinks his first one from the Toledo Sports Network free throw line. Hey, by the way, folks, and speaking of the Toledo Sports Network, as Brian Burks gets set to shoot basket or free throw number 2, and it's good. The thing is, if you want to get DVDs of any of the games that we do, please give us a call at 419-514-1302. It's 419-514-1302. We'll talk to one Mike Jamison. Schmeltz driving the baseline, stays in bounds. Got it over to Jacoby. Couldn't get it, and now a little bit of extracurricular there, but nothing too serious. And the jump ball, and the possession arrow keeps it with Eastwood.
Starting to get a little chippy out there.
So, Jake Schmeltz inbounds it. He gets it back now from Noah Smith. Fires it inside now. Here's Jacoby. No good, but he will go to the free throw line.
And they've had so many of those tonight from the inside, right around the bucket where they haven't been able to cash in. But they played better fundamental basketball, and they've gotten to the free throw line more times in the second half than they did all the first half by just playing fundamental basketball and working inside out and getting into the paint. Good things have happened when the Eagles have gotten into the paint tonight. It's opened up their outside shots, and it's gotten them a chance to close this into a single-digit lead.
Well, Zach Jacoby makes the first one. And they'll sink the second one from the UA 50 free throw line. Well, looks like we got ourselves a ball game here. 3.5 to go. He sends it over on the right side. Things are getting physical down there. Burke shot blocked, but they're going to say it's a foul on Stephen Bradley.
And I think if they would have called it on Hootelbrink, I think that would have been his 5th, so that's good for the Eagles because Hootelbrink's one of their toughest defensive players that we've seen so far here tonight.
And the first one does not go at the Stephen Summer and Murph Free, even though there's no second R in there. I'm not going to criticize or judge anyone's spelling. Mike Jamison. And the second one is good. So 1 for 2. And here come the Eagles. That's 13 points, by the way, for Brian Burks. Now driving is Jacoby, no good. Rebound though, put back up and in by Tim Hootelbrink. And it's a 4-point ball game. 3 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, only 3 points from Rossford in this quarter.
Now looking to drive, Davis dishes it to Burks. Burks up and in, big basket there from Brian Burks.
Dude's just been a beast the last couple of games. 15 points tonight. Got 11 rebounds heading into this quarter. Already got a double-double. He's just been a monster for these guys.
Now back outside. Driving the baseline. Smith kicks it back out to Schmeltz. He'll throw up a 3. Good! It's a 3-point ball game. 46-43. 2.25 to go. He's a PTPer, baby.
It's fun watching Schmeltz play. You know what? He's got 22 points tonight. I think he was pressing a little bit in the second and third quarter when Rossford took over momentum of this basketball game, but he's done a great job of doing what I said, letting the game come to him in the third and fourth quarter, and it's worked out well for him.
Derek Mack's shot is well short. 2 minutes and counting left in this one. Kick back outside, Schmeltz. Didn't have an open shot, dishes it off now underneath Smith. And a foul on Brian Burks. Oh, and he's not happy. Good effort there from Noah Smith. He knew he was going to get hammered. And the youngster, 5'9", went up there and faced Burks.
Well, the defense got caught sleeping that time. It was a great backdoor cut by Noah Smith.
And a huge free throw there from Noah Smith.
And when you knock down a couple outside shots like that, like Schmeltz has done here down the stretch, that's what will happen. The defense will start to wander a little bit more, kind of focus on that perimeter. But those shots have opened up because of what Eastwood has been able to do on the inside in the paint.
No good rebound, though, for Eastwood. Oh, and Jacoby threw it back to Smith, but Smith, only 5'9", needed to be about 6'3" to get that one. But it's still a 2-point ball game.
Well, as they say, no good deed goes unpunished, Mick. Great rebound that time.
Let's see what the Bulldogs do. Burks kicks it back to Davis. Here is Meese. 1:25. And a whistle and a timeout being taken. Well, strap in, folks. We should have ourselves an exciting finish. Ryan Neese with the ball. 1:20 to go here in this. At least in regulation for now. Davis drives, huge basket from Eric Davis.
Eric Davis with the Rossford basket.
That makes it a 48-44 Rossford lead.
And he's one of their defensive specialists, but good awareness that time to get to the hoop. Got a step on his man and went all the way.
Grant Peters answers for Eastwood.
Timeout Eastwood.
Eastwood's going to take a full timeout here. Found here with under a minute to go. It's a 2-point ball game. Possession arrow, by the way, goes the way of Rossford. Ryan Neese now. Oh my! Here's a tip, but it goes right into the hands of Burks. And a foul going to be called against Jake Schmeltz.
Eastwood foul on number 20.
I think
Jake Schmeltz.
Neese got away with a little bit of a scoot and a travel.
Well, it was very close. It was very close for sure. Very close for sure.
I don't have anyone that I'm picking sides on here. Honestly, I don't.
Oh no, neither one of us do.
But I'm just saying, I mean, from where I come from, that was a cha-cha slide. And the shot is no good, the free throw.
Well, by your logic, that was a Rasheed Wallace ball don't lie moment right there.
Absolutely. Schmeltz for the tie, no good. Rebound. Peters tries to put it up. He's going to go to the free throw line. With 27.7 seconds left, Grant Peters is going to go to the free throw line. And should be 2.
21-7 run here in the fourth quarter for the Eagles. Got to give them credit for being resilient, Mick.
First one is good.
And this one's where the money's made right here.
7 points for Grant Peters tonight. Looking for that 8th one because that's the big one. Tie ball game. This is why I love doing this, right here.
Samesies. And right here, this is where you're going to see the Mack attack. Watch out for Derek Mack and Mac Miller on the corners.
15 seconds to go.
I got to imagine here Rossford's trying to do a dribble penetration and kick out.
Well, we've been waiting for this, so here we go as Ryan Neese inbounds. Mac Miller moving in, trying to move in. 5 seconds to go. Gets inside, takes the shot. Good!
Wow. And that is a big boy shot right there by Mac Miller.
Mac Miller with the clutch shot there, the bank shot. Eastwood calls timeout with 1.2 seconds to go. Oh, here we go. At the buzzer. Nope, too strong. And Rossford hangs on to defeat the Eastwood Eagles, but not without a great yeoman's effort from Eastwood. Well, Bomber, it was pretty much what we expected and then some.
It was a heck of a finish. I thought Eastwood did a great job in second half of playing better fundamental half-court basketball, but give credit to the Bulldogs for weathering the storm and for the Mack attack. Mac Miller showing up in a big way at the end for his teammates and coming through. The bank is open for that young fellow. It was a great shot.
Yes, it was. Special thanks to our crew out here, Mike Downey, Mike Jameson, Mike Bauman, and yours truly, Mick Gonzalez. For everybody here in Pemberville, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you again next time. Your final once again on a near buzzer beater from Mac Miller. It is Rossford 50 and Eastwood 48. You've been watching high school basketball right here on the Toledo Sports Network.